Today we're installing the Transit upper cabinets from Flatline Van Co. These products are fairly straightforward to install and should only take 1 hour, though additional help is recommended for holding the product in place. This video will be covering both the 48-inch and 40-inch shallow cabinets for the Transit. Before we get rolling, make sure you've downloaded or printed the install guide from our website, just in case you want to follow along. Then, lay out all your parts and hardware to make sure you've got everything you need. Let's get started with installing your cabinet. First up, you'll want to decide where you want it to live inside the van. There's no one-size-fits-all spot here. It really depends on your layout and how you're using your space. Take a look at Figure 1 in your printed instructions. You'll see the cabinet dimensions and how the height and length compare across different Transit models. Grab a tape measure and spend a few minutes checking your available wall space. It's worth laying things out before you start drilling. Because every van setup is different, we don't include mounting hardware. We'll talk more about what to use in a later step. You might also need to remove or drill through existing wall panels depending on your setup, so keep that in mind. The doors will need to be attached to the cabinet shells after the shells are installed in the van. For this video, we installed the doors outside of the van to provide better visibility of the process. To do this, you'll line up the plates on the doors, with the hinges installed on the cabinet. Then take the small bolts included with the door and screw them into the plates, through the back of the hinges as shown. There's also notches on the door plate to reference height alignment of the doors as well. Then, connect the set screw on the latch as shown and place the latch through the door here. Finally, you can take the backing plate and attach it to the back of the latch to clamp it to the door. You can adjust the set screw on the latch when your door is closed to make sure it's creating a good amount of pressure when closed. Just tighten the nut once you've got it in place to lock it in position. If you're not using L-track, your cabinet's got horizontal mounting slots along the top and bottom, so you can position your hardware however you need. For the strongest install, we recommend going straight into the van's structural sheet metal with rivet nuts and bolts. With a buddy, hold the cabinet up in the spot you want. Figure out which slots you'll use for both the ceiling and wall mounts. Mark your holes if you need to. The slots on the top and back side of your cabinets allows room for 1/4-20 hardware to be used. So make sure that any bolts or screws you use for mounting the cabinet to the wall matches that measurement, with the length of the hardware being as long or short as it needs to be in order to reach the metal ribs behind your wall panels in your van. Once you have the placement of your mounting points in the van, you can drill out holes for the rivet nuts, remove the wall panels and remount them after installing the rivet nuts for your hardware. If you have an AdWag kit installed, or have L-track installed along the walls in your van that have a similar placement to an AdWag kit, you can utilize the optional Adventure Wagon mounting brackets that we sell to avoid drilling holes into your walls. You can attach these brackets to the cabinets using 2 1032 by 11 16-inch flat head screws, number 10 washers, and 1032 nylon lock nuts. Once the brackets are mounted to your cabinets, slide 2 L-track studs into the rails along the wall and the ceiling. Just note that the upper mounting points are spaced 36 inches apart. Lift the cabinet up and hang it on those L-track studs, then tighten it down using the stud nuts once it's in place. You can also approach this from a hybrid method of using riv nuts drilled through your wall panels and pre-installed L-track for each cabinet, depending on how your van is set up. Now go ahead and close the door to check your alignment. If it's off a bit, just loosen the screws, tweak the positioning, and try again until everything lines up nice and clean. You can also adjust the latch. Turn the adjustment screw until the door closes with a nice snug fit, then lock it in place by tightening down the jam nut. And that's it. Your cabinet's installed, secure, and ready to hit the road. Feel free to reach out to our support team with any fitment questions you may have about this product, and thanks for watching.